If I had only known that I just needed these 4 things to be a successful business broker, it would have saved me so much time and effort.
Welcome. This is another piece of wisdom about the broker career path brought to you by the Raleigh Business Broker. Let's start the show.
And we're back. Neal Isaacs, the Raleigh Business Broker, coming to you with more tips about the business brokerage industry. I've been at this for a while and I'm always learning, but when I got started, a lot of people helped me out. And that's a big reason why I'm always trying to pay it forward and share anything that I know that I think could help others. So today, 4 resources that I think that any new business broker will need to be successful in the business brokerage industry are 1, a CRM, 2, great education, 3, capital, and 4, a network. So let's dig in. The first tool that any business broker will need to be successful in this career is a great CRM. When I got started, I just used Excel, and Excel will work for some period of time. But think about this like juggling. Now, I can't juggle. I'm not a juggler. But I might be able to get 1 ball in the air, maybe 2, 3, it starts to get ugly. If you are a business broker and you are juggling prospects and then buyers and then stakeholders like attorneys and accountants, you will have thousands of balls in the air. And there is no way that you can catch them and get them back up there without a CRM. So the CRM will outsource your brain and keep you informed so that when that business buyer calls, you can immediately know more about them than they know about you. Or when that attorney calls or you see them in your system, you can say, you referred me Joe Buyer in 2019. And that means so much to me. The fact that you can remember that, the fact that you can utilize a resource to help you remember that is huge. Personally, I use Deal Relations, and that's one of my favorite CRMs, but there are many good CRMs out there. Another great tool is Deal Studio by Ron West's Business Brokerage Press Industries. So there's 2 really good CRMs out there. There are others. I have found that the Salesforces of the world are just too big. They're not ideal for business brokerage. But I've seen a lot of people use HubSpot or Zoho. These are all good as well. Just think about implementation. How hard is it to get started? Put the time in to learn about CRMs, to implement and make sure that it works for you. For me, Deal Relations has been user-friendly, easy to get started with, and that's a big reason why I got started with it and I've stuck with it. The second one I want to talk about is education. There is so much to learn when you become a business broker. And you don't have to know it all, but you do need a basic understanding of how the process works. You need a basic understanding of how financials worked. I probably had the biggest struggle with learning how financials worked. Even though I already had an MBA when I started, it was really only through the training that I got at the IBBA and other courses that I took that I truly understood why a profit and loss statement matters, how that relates to the balance sheet. So there's some financial analysis education, there's some marketing education, there's some process education, and there's just some general sales education of how to sell. This is very much a selling gig to be a business broker. But you're going to need a great education and you're going to need a commitment to education. Business brokerage, like many other professional practices, is a lifelong commitment to learning. And you're not going to just learn a few quick nuggets and then be successful forever. You're going to continue to challenge yourself. I'm a huge fan of all of the content that the IBBA, the International Business Brokers Association, puts out. I think their courses are phenomenal. I take all the courses that I can from them. And they also have a lot of webinars and free content. In addition to the IBBA, I would also look at your local BBAs to see what type of education that they offer. The third resource for new business brokers is not always talked about, but it's super important, and that is capital. You need money to get started in business brokerage, especially if you go out on your own and you start your own office, or you build an office off of someone else's platform. You will need a lot of money saved up. I like to say, if you can't go a year without making money, business brokerage might not be for you. And I'll take it a step further. If you can't go a year without making money and investing in your business and marketing and systems and tools that you need, such as a CRM, you may want to wait on starting your business brokerage career. This career takes a lot of time to get started. The average deal takes 6 to 9 months, and that's after you find it. So my first year, I didn't make any money, and that is not uncommon, unfortunately. I do know a lot of business brokers that did make money in their first year, but if you jump into this and just assume it's going to work out and you're going to have a few commissions early, you may be setting yourself up for failure. Back to financial analysis. When we work with our business owners, we look at their balance sheets and we look at how much cash they have in the bank, look at what their debt levels are. And this net worth analysis, this liquidity ratio analysis, is something that you want to do for yourself as a business broker. Don't go in without a strong balance sheet when you become a business broker. Just wait, save your money, put the time into the education, and go to market for your own business when you're ready. The fourth resource that I would encourage any business broker to invest in is the non-tangible one. It's the network. I mentioned with education, there's so much to learn. I mentioned how much I like the IBBA and the local BBAs. The network is something that you will need to tap into. And if you don't have a network, you can build a network. Much like the capital issue, that takes time. Sometimes people bring a network into this career. Maybe they were a banker, maybe they were an attorney, maybe they were an accounting professional, and they can go back to those clients they worked with in a different capacity and say, this is what I do now. And that becomes the network. But often you have to build your own network. Think about how you're going to do this. Be strategic in how you are going to build your network. And I can't emphasize enough how important it is to look at the IBBA and your local BBAs. This is an automatic network that you can tap into at a fixed cost per year. There are other networks that you can buy into on this same topic, mentorship, going from many people that you can reach out to one individual or small group of individuals that have dedicated their time to you. If you can find a mentor who will champion your success and share their time, you may have to split commissions with them. You may have to pay them because time is valuable, but that is a great way to get into this business. I hope that's useful for you. These are questions that I get a lot. These 4 tools are the top, right? The focus on these, the rest will come. There are other things. As always, I love to talk with business owners, business buyers, and people considering becoming business brokers. I will talk to you. You can find me on LinkedIn at Neal Isaacs. I'm pretty easy to find on the web. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you want to learn about. Put your comments down in the thread. And until next time, this is Neal Isaacs saying thanks for watching.